shake my hand, boy, you better stand. When we say grace, hold your mama's hand. Back then I didn't understand.
When I step on the stage, my goal is to be able to talk to you and engage with the crowd and make people excited for the next song that's coming, not just sit there and sing behind a guitar. I like to move around. I like to, like I said, just make it to where people have a good time and they leave our show being like, wow, that was one of the most fun concerts I've been to. Even if they've been to more high-level musicians' concerts, I want them to leave ours and be like, oh my gosh, like, I'd love to go back and watch them again. It's called Southern Born. I wrote it about my grandfather. I was actually having a conversation with Alana a couple of years ago, and we got to talking about him, just a story that he's very old school, and I was telling her about this kid that was working for him, and the guy told me this story that he was like, man, I met your grandfather, and he got mad because I didn't stand up when I shook his hand. He said, looked at me and was like, you better stand up when you shake somebody's hand, boy. And so I told her that, and she's like, that could be a song right there. And I was like, yeah, I guess it could. And I didn't really take it seriously. And then she started sending me lyrics. Like, she really thought it could be a song. And I was like, maybe it could. So I started writing a few more, adding to it. And we kind of co-wrote it together. And I kind of put it to a melody that I had in my head. And then after we got it written, I had a buddy up at State who was also a songwriter. And I sat down with him, and me and him kind of finalized the whole song. Got it filled in the gaps, got the last little bit wrapped up, and last few lyrics, and so we got it all done. And it's been about 2 years in the making. I got it recorded back in February, and so now it's just now coming out. I mean, I grew up not in a super musical family, but like my mom played piano at church, and my grandmother played the organ and piano, and I think my first ever performance, I believe I was 2 years old. I sang God Bless America in church on a Sunday night.
Gotcha.
It was one of those things where like it just wasn't cool to play music in high school. And when I finally got out into college, I started playing guitar around 13. I started playing piano around 8. And after I got out of school, I went off to Mississippi State, and I would just play guitar for my friends in our dorm on the balcony. And I remember one of them one night was just like, why don't you just try it? Like, see what happens. And so at the end of my freshman year, I went to my first like open mic and played a few benefits and stuff, like just a couple songs here and there, and then finally got my first gig that November. And then about 7 or 8 months into playing acoustic shows, I had a band reach out to me that were looking for a lead singer. They'd been in a band and they were looking for a new lead singer. And I ended up being able to get with them, and they've been with me for over 2 years now. They're all from the Philadelphia and Carthage area, in that area of Mississippi. We've got a guy named Trip Rush that's the lead guitarist. He's a lineman. He's the last person that you would ever expect to be musically gifted, but he is one of the best guitar players I know. He can chicken pick and plays all kinds of 90s country and new riffs, and he's got a good ear. He can pretty much play a song just by listening to it 1 or 2 times. We got Caleb Heflin, who's my bass player. He's the funniest person you'll meet. They're all my best friends. I mean, not even friends anymore, mainly like brothers, because we fight so much, because we're around each other all the time. But Caleb's just hilarious, and then Calvin is just our drummer. He's just a goofy dude, like just fun to be around. He's that guy, almost always happy. Like he's the person that can go talk to anybody. Like he can make friends with anybody. He's just a fun guy to be around. They all have their quirks. Trip's more quiet. Caleb's a little bit quiet when he first meets you, but once he gets to know you, he really opens up. Calvin can talk to a brick wall. And then you got me, and we all just, I mean, we're very different people, but we all kind of just fit together like a puzzle. I mean, we travel all around Mississippi, Alabama a little bit. We're slowly branching our way out to get the Southeast, and then eventually, hopefully nationally. We've played the Jimmie Rodgers Festival. We've opened for Chris Stapleton. We've played a bunch of the dive bars and honky tonks around Mississippi, and it's never really been about money. I mean, money's nice, but I mean, I can do that, make that doing other jobs. I think a lot of it's just like the love of music, the people in the industry, I love live performance. I perform almost every weekend. I almost like that more than anything else. I do like that more than anything else in the industry. It's just having, I mean, those shows with huge crowds and everybody. I mean, some shows I don't even have to sing. I mean, there's some songs I literally just hold the microphone out and barely sing the whole night just because people are having such a good time. I love talking to the crowd. I love making people feel something and making people have a good time. I like when people want to come up and talk to me. Like, if you ever see me after a show, feel free, like, come up and say hey and come talk to me, because I love meeting new people. I love meeting new fans and stuff like that. And yeah, I like to think I'm down to earth and I'm just a normal person, you know.